Role-based capture user interface. Automated discovery for every user. Understanding the differences between visual capture and business capture. Which role-based user interface for visual capture is for me? That's a great question. One size does not fit all for role-based user interfaces. This is true for testing tools as well. Visual capture and business capture, our third generation of innovation in Worksoft Capture technology, allows technical and non-technical users to work in parallel to automatically discover end-to-end business processes and build and schedule automation for continuous testing cycles with ease. Business Capture offers non-technical business users a subset of the utilities of Visual Capture with a new, easy and intuitive user interface. For technical users, Visual Capture offers more advanced features and dynamic editing to support continuous testing for Agile environments. We'll explore the features and benefits of each in this demonstration. On the left, Business Capture is a streamlined UI. It's easy to access all functionality like recording and deleting and adding screenshots. It was based on working with our customers and what they gave us feedback on in our Worksoft Capture. And they said really the roles of business analysts, and subject matter experts want something different and easier to interact with. On the other side, we have Visual Capture, which has extensive sets of features, including full recording and re-editing of objects. You can create objects, you can edit them. This is really for about technical users and developers. We allow you to reorder steps, add things. It's much more full-featured. So let's look at these and see how they actually work. So here I have Business Capture and I have my traditional Visual Capture. One thing you'll notice is we put a collapser in Business Capture so the business person can actually start recording and collapse and not worry about looking at the user interface. So if I come to my application and I just start doing my daily job, I'm going to go create a sales order. And what happens is I navigate through the user interface, and the right will see names and the activity start showing up. So you'll notice as I navigated through, a nice image of what I interacted with showed up on the right. The point is you want to be able to make it easy to see what you're doing and feedback. So you can actually see as I enter the data, it shows up in real time. Sometimes you want to do something like collapse this, so maybe you don't want to see all that data as you're doing it. So I can actually come over here and actually just work with the application and not worry about what's showing up. It's kind of up to you. Some people like to see the interaction as it's happening. Other people want to see it in it collapsed. Either way, you'll see it's gathered all the information. When I click the Save button, obviously it's going to get that image and show me the table. And then what I'm going to do is put a comment here. Bike order in stock. And I'm going to go save this, and I'll live touch. And I'm actually going to say, there's my order number, so I'll put a comment. Maybe I put a comment. So people know how to author a test. Maybe I want a screenshot of the whole application in the window. You'll notice all these things are quite easy to do, and they're inside of Capture itself. So I can scroll up and see the pictures, I can see my comments, my named activities, and everything that's happened. So the point of this UI is to make it easy for business people to actually document their processes. They can learn to analyze and compare them, get their documents generated. You can save your files to disk or load them to analyze. But everything here is very streamlined and specific to the business user. So maybe when they entered this item, they said, I actually don't want to include this sold to party. I can actually delete that screen. I can shred the data. So when my capture is processed, I'll just have the narrative and no screenshot for that. So anytime you have, say, sensitive data, maybe you're doing this for RPA purposes, you can actually delete that data also. So this is what we do with Business Capture. Okay, I'll move this out of the way. So if I come back over here, now we have our standard visual capture. You'll notice the long interface allows us to get lists, and that allows us to see things as they happen, reorder them in real time and such. So our controls on the bottom will let me start recording. So I'll go through my UI, and what you'll notice is as I traverse, named activities are created, the clicks are kept. The UI is very responsive, so as I interact with the objects, you'll notice there's no delay in my typing. Oops, wrong month. So let's get that right. 04 04 02 2020. So no worries. I actually want this to be perfect. So a business person may not care, but for me, for automation, I may say, actually this step, let's go and delete that. I have the linear ordering of it so I can see them as I do them, so perfect. I'll keep recording. I'll save this. I've got the same capabilities with Live Touch. I can actually highlight and say this is what I'm interested in. I can go put a comment. All those things are available. I can screenshot the active window or the screen. Now, with visual capture here, I can do different things. Like maybe I want to move the comment up so that it is the next step up, easy enough to do. I have listing of all the fields. Now, kind of one of the interesting things is if I start highlighting things, like here's my sold to party. If I highlight this, I can see here is the objects and the attributes about these things when I interacted with. So everything is available here. I still have the ability to see the window and the object, and I may want to delete those things. The other thing I can do is then actually go validate the object itself. So if I needed to edit this object and look at it differently, oops. So it says checkboxes, this exists. I can verify, yep, the customer reference highlighted, and I got a positive object. If I needed to edit this or add new objects, I can do this here interactively. So the point of the full capture is that I have my full listing, I get my collapsed business activity so I can see what was actually interacted with, I can reorder them, I can actually play them back, I can see the specifics, I can create new ones, open, append, and then create image objects. So all these things are available within the full capture here. So a lot more functionality than maybe a person who's doing editing would be interested in. So just to recap the key innovation dates for Worksoft, we started with Learn in 1998 with our original product. We added Live Touch in 2009, which lets you highlight an object like you saw. You can edit the attributes, and we actually validate it into the database and ensure there's no duplicates. We introduced Capture for SAP GUI in 2011. We expanded that to HTML in 2014, and then we introduced Visual Capture in 2018. Obviously, Capture can do things other than an HTML SAP GUI. It works with Java applications and mainframe and other things like that. And all those things were rolled into Visual Capture. And then we now have Business Capture in 2020. So just remember, if you want more information, you can check other YouTube videos. There'll be others on editing objects and more details on the products. On Twitter, we're at Worksoft Inc. LinkedIn, we're Worksoft, and we're worksoft.com. Thank you and have a great day.